Okay, hello guys. Today I'll be showing you my infinite zoom art. Don't worry why I made like stick figures and stuff. I'm a new artist. Well, not a new artist. I'm never gonna be an artist, but I just drew this so it can be entertaining. So let's first get into it. So there's a man drinking some stuff, and then inside his eye is a person. His t-shirt is ripped with a man drinking something. And then there's a man inside it with a ripped hat. Then there's this sheet, and then there's a man on the sheet. It says the end, but it's actually not the end. There's a person on end for some reason, with a guy on his leg. There's a dog on his head, and it says 5% done. There's this guy, and then we go into his eye. We see a guy. He's gonna try to get buff. A wolf right here. We go into the eye. There's a guy holding this. We want to go near his tear. We want to see what's inside. Just have a little peek inside the house. A little happy man. We go on top of his eye. We see a man dabbing. Damn. We go in here. We see this thing. We go into its ear and we see a no. We can't read it. So then, we have our handy dandy man. Say W translator in the comments. It says the end, but it's not the end. Go to the top of the eye. There are these guys. He's very sad. The end. No, it's just JK. There's a house. We go inside the chimney like Santa Claus. There's a guy eating a burger. He has dirty teeth. Now there's an angry man. We go to this little platform where people are fighting. There's a guy trying to gain some muscles. We go onto the house on top of his head. We see a guy with glasses. We go into his eye. We see a man. He's so many muscles. He even has muscles on his head. And there's a man on his muscles with a house. We want to go see what's inside. We see a man. He's very smart. Look at all of his brain cells. But we want to go to this one. Singular brain cell. And then we see a whole galaxy. And we go here. And we see a man climbing a mountain. We want to go into his zipper. And we see guys fighting. We want to go onto his brain. And then we see a man climbing his brain. He's like, where do I go? And then we go here. A guy hurt himself with a nail, and there are these people going to space. There's a guy lifting this boat with a guy with a little coconut, 2 houses, a whole mountain with a guy climbing it again. He's very stupid. And then he has a house on him, and then someone's at the top. He's really strong. He's holding on to the rocket with an alien at the top of it, holding a meteor. And there's a guy jumping to the next one. And then we go up a little bit. We see another guy jumping to the next one. And then we see a house. We see this guy. He's about to get crushed. And then we see a guy lifting a rocket again. And then we see a guy holding a rocket and a house. And then there's this little man. He's like, hi. And then we go onto his foot. We see a guy lifting a mountain. And then we want to go into his brain. There's a guy. He's going. There is a circle. There's an X. We go on top of the circle. A man's gaining. It's so heavy. There's a no. It's a Morse code. So we want to go on to this. Handy Dandy's brother. Translator. Say W brother as well in the comments. 17% done. The end. It's not the end yet. We go into the percentage. We see a man. He's trying to break this thing off. And then we go into this house. We sit at a window. A guy's lifting a house. We go into the house again. We love going into houses. There's a guy. Get funky. And there's this guy trying to crush this guy. We go on into his eye. We see a guy holding a spider. We go onto his eye. We see a man. I don't know how he's moonwalking on his eye. And then we go onto his very tiny zipper. We see a house with alien tentacles coming out. We want to go into the alien tentacle. We see people. I had to sign it by myself. And then you see a guy drinking. So then, when I go on to the drink, they're playing tic-tac-toe. He X1, of course, because he's the best. He sucks. We want to go on to the top of the X. We see an older man. He's holding some people. It's the same thing, basically, again. And then we want to go to the top of the S. We see a man with a note. I'm saying the end, but it's not the end. There's this guy taking a little bath with a guy climbing him. That must be painful. And then there's a guy inside his bag. He's drooling from the apple. But then we want to go here. There's a guy. He's falling off the boat. We want to see what's inside his eye. A rocket ship. And then these guys are about to get hit by the rocket ship. We want to go on to the debris that's coming off the wall. We get it. We see a buff guy. He's the buffest here. There, we see a guy climbing his muscles. And we want to go here. He's just balancing on a pot. We want to go into his eye. And we see a house with a window. And a tiny window. We see the window. There's nothing there for some reason. And then wait a minute. Just give me a second, guys. Sorry. I lost it. No. So we go on to the window. We see a little guy. He broke it for us. There's a little house in here. We want to go into the door for some reason. We see a guy. He's doing a tightrope. He's doing a dive. We go onto his smile. There's a guy hitting it down on the ground. I meant to say. And then he's holding some water. There's another guy. His butt is ripped. He's very sad because he might not make it. And then we go onto his muscle. There's a house. And then there's a window with a window. In a window with a man. He's saying, hi. You want to go onto the eye. And then we see a guy lifting a guy for some reason. I think he wants to become the strongest guy in the whole entire planet. And then we go to the top of his hand. We see a note. Can't read it. So we go in here. His handy dandy third brother. So handy dandy third brother. And that's the end. If you like the Infinite Zoom, consider subscribing and liking the video, because this took me around like 3 hours to make the whole thing. I started it yesterday, finished today. I'm going to be continuing it. So you stay in your chair and wait for the next extension, which will be in another 2 days. So bye-bye, guys.